Hi guys, and welcome back to one of my videos. This is Paolo of GT40 Model Works here, and this is another video still related to the one I made back in time about my Lancia Delta S4 from Martini. This was the second livery that I had in my A4 decal sheet designed by Andrew, and it was related to the Totip version, quite rare back in time. Once again, I explain you that this was not the model made in plastic today by Aoshima, BMAX Aoshima 124. This was the resin model that I produced back in the day. We go back about 15 years ago, 10 to 15 years ago, in the production of this kit, and I wanted it so much to have in my collection, so I made all the version that I could about this car, and this model, was a model that never had been finished and never been presented around because it's incomplete. So I just made the external body shell, and then I give up, in the meaning that I had so many other different projects and I really had no possibility to finish this model, and it is like I left it back in time. So mostly it was a test that I started, when you have to sell decal livery, you want to be sure that what you are selling, at least in my specific production, I want to be sure that what I sell is absolutely in the possibility to be properly assembled and used by modelers that want to buy my decals, So it was started like just a fitting test for the decals, with no meaning and no purpose to finish it like a proper model. So that's why I didn't made a proper painting, a proper glossy stuff all over. That's also why probably to cover mistakes, I guess, I made some earth and dust effect on this car that I wanted to reproduce with another set that I produced, and I still have a little part of them if somebody is interested, that is related to the wheels, that is the earth wheels, quite nicely reproduced in resin with the proper pattern of the tire. And of course the model is not finished because you see it is just around the body shell that I did back in time to present the decals and the final result that you can obtain with the second livery that was present on my decal sheet. And the car is the one used by Dario Serrato, and it was the Sanremo car number 8. Basically this was, I think, a scrapped body that I used for my own purpose, and this was the body shell that I used to sell back in time, and that was the basement of the kit, and also this was mostly made to have a kind of setup that should reproduce in the proper way the Delta S4 setup. But you see, it's absolutely just a floor base that I never finished. I should, being in that point, at least fix in some ways and make it complete, maybe placing over some service tracks and invent some little dioramas, but I lost the feeling to the model because right now I also had the BMAX Aoshima kits, and this one, it's for me it was just fun to build up the body and to check the fitting of the decals that I made, to see if they could be properly looking like the version used by Lancia Totip, that was the other official team racing in the Sanremo 86, The decal is still available, so if you want to use it for, and as I said in the previous video, all the livery is a little bigger than the size you can see in this. This was probably, I guess it was the part of the body coming from the modeler racing kit, ultra rare, ultra collector item, so it's absolutely impossible to find, I think even more today. And so we made them a little bigger because some guys also wanted to use this Totip livery also over the Burago kit, so there was the needing to make a decal sheet that was a little longer than the real size. But it's quite easy because we are talking of a couple of millimeters in the both side of the graphic, so it's very easy to cut in the proper dimension and to fit to everything you want. I think that right now should be exactly Aoshima making the proper box just dedicated to the Lancia Totip version, and you don't have probably to need any longer. But back in time, this is a model that, as said, it was coming from the past, a blast from the past of my 15 years ago in skill, in modeling and in whatever, and so back in time to have the Totip library was absolutely something ultra rare and not absolutely easy to find around like in ordinary kits. That was the purpose of this body shell that I made of the Delta S4 Group B. So that's it. I don't think that I will finish it in a short time. You know, it is something that I have there in showcase, so I wanted just to show what was the level of my production of the past, and I'm still satisfied with that, and I still like the overall look of the livery and of the car in general. You know. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next.